Hey, what's up, everybody? So I'm really watching this Iran-Israel situation very closely, and it's just like it's spiraling out of control. Now, I'm not going to even get into who's right, who's wrong, who started it. None of that. I'll let other people debate that. I'm also hearing that President Trump has told the citizens of Tehran to leave the city, and that's like 10 million people, and they're trying to get out of Dodge. And so I'm really trying to see or figure out what's happening here. But I saw an article this morning that was very interesting. I think really plays into all of this. And it was from US Bank. And it said that many exporters um, want to be paid in their own currency now or other currencies instead of the US dollar. Now, basically, it's like this. For decades, the US dollar was like the standard for currency. All trades around the world were done in dollars, basically. And that's how it was. Well, for the last several years, pretty much, we've had something that's called de-dollarization going on. And basically, that's countries using other currencies instead of the dollar. They are buying gold instead of um, treasuries, things of that nature. So the demand for the dollar is decreasing less and less and less use around the world. It's still the world reserve currency and it's still the most used, but it's not as much as before. It's slowly losing its dominance. And I believe this is one big reason why we are seeing so much friction going on around the world. So you got to remember something. The BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Ethiopia, Iran is another one, and there are a couple more that were added to the BRICS bloc, and they are openly saying that they want to trade in their own currencies. Well, if they do that, then that's going to impact the dollar, and America basically won't like that because if that happens, then the dollar won't be used as much. If the dollar isn't used as much, then basically its purchasing power is going to decrease and it won't have as much impact as it did before. Not only that, the America prints dollars, and the printing of these dollars helps fund a lot of the different things that the country does, in addition to the issuing of those U.S. treasuries. If countries are not buying treasuries, if they are not using dollars around the world, what do you think is going to happen to the US dollar? It's going to decrease in value. If that happens, what do you think is going to happen to the American economy? It's going to go in the toilet. It's a gradual shift. The average person isn't looking along these lines, but they do see the effects because they see inflation. Inflation is everywhere. Things are just getting more and more expensive. And people are blaming whoever they want to blame. But the simple fact of the matter is the dollar just doesn't have the same luster as it used to. Then you add in a $37 trillion deficit, and other countries are looking like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to use dollars. I want to just find something safer, which is what they're doing, which is buying gold. And on another note, silver is doing very, very well right now. And no one's talking about silver. Silver is getting no press, nothing. Silver is almost double from where it was about 3, 4 years ago, almost double. No one is talking about it. So I believe all this conflict that we're seeing it all comes back down to money. It comes back down to money, the dollar dominance, and the U.S. is fighting to maintain control. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but again, look at it from a different perspective. Look at it from a monetary perspective, and then ask yourself, if the BRICS nations succeed, if Russia succeeds in placing all their trades of their oil in their own currency, if China can export all their goods around the world and in their own currency, if China can buy oil from Iran in their own currency, we're talking billions and billions and billions, and eventually trillions of dollars outside of the American dollar. How do you think that's going to impact America? And do you really think America is going to stand for that? I don't think so. So I think that is a huge reason why we see what we're seeing. But of course, most people aren't even thinking along those lines, and I can understand why, because we have so many distractions, and this type of thought is not taught in schools. We're not taught how to think along these lines. We're taught to think that the dollar is the end all be all, and that's it. And that's it. So let me know what you guys think. But I think that plays a huge part. The U.S. sees the end of the road, and they're going to try to extend it as long as they can, so if they can bust up Russia, if they can bust up Iran and put in a puppet government where they can still maintain control of the world economy and the currency, that's exactly what they'll do. I don't know. I could be wrong, of course. Let me know what you guys think. But at the end of the day, I don't like war. I don't care who started it. I don't like it, and I really wish it would end, because there are going to be a lot of innocent people caught in the crossfire, and that's just not right.